Alright, so new movie that came out, Scream, 2022. It's actually a pretty good movie. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
9 out of 10, in my opinion.
I think Rotten Tomatoes has it as I believe it was like a 78 out of 70%, and IMDb maybe 8.3 out of 10. Point is, it's a good movie for a horror movie. Horror movies are notoriously horror.
A serious horror movie, especially.
Yeah, so we have a video right here titled like biggest mistakes in Scream. So we just decided that we might go over it. We both watched it, so
The movie, not the video.
yeah, the movie. So
Shout out to this is one of my favorite YouTubers. Shout out to him.
This should be
one
very
that I found
interesting
out
to
that It's
watch.
releasing in January. Because in case you guys don't know,
It's at
if the
1.25
movie
by the way,
releases
guys.
that early in the year, it's usually a sign that the studio has absolutely zero faith in the project. Not always, but January usually has some stinkers.
I never
I'm
knew
happy
that.
to admit that I was wrong, and that it's actually a very solid addition to the franchise. In my opinion, better than both Scream 3 and 4. But like always, there were
I never watched any of the Scream movies.
Yeah, me neither. I definitely should have though, cause
I watched Scream. I watched the Scream movies.
the first one.
But I don't remember them. They were as a kid,
Yeah, I watched the first one as a kid too.
so it's like I would have to rewatch it. I don't remember
some
shit.
decisions that the characters made where they could have perhaps acted smarter. Overall, you can tell that the characters in horror movies are getting more intelligent, but some of the deaths may have been avoidable. Now, it should be fairly
shit's
obvious
hilarious.
that this video will have spoilers, and I will give away the ending, but I won't cover.
Oh,
the
yeah,
entire
spoiler
story.
alert.
Yeah, spoiler, guys.
Plan on watching.
One of our main characters.
Cut off this video, go to another one.
Calls her asking about her favorite scary movie. After some conversation, he indicates that he's going to kill her friend Amber. After checking the door, we see that the killer is right outside. Tara then tries closing the door again to lead the killer out, which she does successfully do. By the way, the first time I watched this, I was a little confused because, like, no offense, but she's like barely over 5 feet tall. So how does she force the killer out? I'm just saying. Probably
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was saying, y'all.
Because remember, the killer was, the dude from The Boys,
Yeah, it's the dude from the boys.
and the other shorty. So maybe it was the.
So that right there is the dude from the boys, cause he's tall, bro.
But they were all kind of the same height, like both screams.
No offense, but she's like barely over.
So maybe it's the girl. Yeah, wow, towering over her.
But
boys
nah,
don't.
yeah, look at that, bro.
Yeah, that's
How did she
definitely the boy.
overpower him or her?
Adrenaline is crazy.
That is crazy.
Adrenaline do be doing crazy shit though.
He did get. This is the last time we were supposed to be. He did get bodied a lot in this movie, bro. Both of them.
Both of them, yeah.
But no, a lot of these people in these movies, they
they
lived longer than they really should have.
No, at this point she has a bunch of different
was the
options.
point,
She
though.
can hide or
She
try
got
to run,
stabbed
and
through
there
her
are
hand
plenty
and she was
of
alive.
There are
And she
about
stopped
4 or
it,
5
like,
rooms
shit.
on the bottom floor,
She held
and
that
can go
shit, bro.
upstairs as well. But she decides to wait in front of the door where the killer is. Now, from what I understand, there is no benefit to waiting there. This provides an opportunity to hide somewhere or lock yourself into the bathroom or bedroom and wait for the police to arrive, which is only about 3 minutes.
And the
Either
police
one
took
is
a
better
minute
than
to come.
standing 15 feet
Yeah,
in front of the
Black
killer
neighborhood
when
type
he's
shit.
just behind a door that it looks like he's able to unlock.
Yeah, this is the big part I had about. That's what the person I went to movies with. That's what I was saying. Like, I told this
Hashtag
person
person.
like who has their entire like home
Oh, you can't.
security
A lot of people.
unlockable just like that.
Yeah.
And that is retarded. That's the worst thing you can do. You're just one smart geek away from having your house
If you
unlocked.
live in suburbia, where you already think it's always safe. Come on, bro. You gonna
Rest
have
in
that
peace,
shit. That
Pops
shit is
Smoke.
mad convenient.
Rest
One
in
of these
peace,
things
Pops
and
Smoke,
makes her
man.
way into the kitchen.
That was a
which is
safe-ass
very
neighborhood,
remote.
too.
She goes there because the phone is ringing, but it's obviously the killer calling, making it pretty easy for him to approach her. She then gets attacked and stabbed.
Who
multiple
does that,
times.
man?
Well, to her credit, she does manage to fight back enough.
And
so
even
that
if you
she's
do,
able to
even if you
survive.
do that, you're supposed to have one lock that's like not like connected to the internet or something. Adding a lock is easy, bro.
Okay, so you're gonna add a lock, a manual lock, and an
Yeah.
electronic one. So what's the point of the electronic one? The electronic one's supposed to be convenience.
You don't always have to have the manual lock on. I'm talking about like those little latches, the one you can just slide to the side.
Bro, this is a house.
But you can do that here, bro.
You can't do that to a house door.
Bro, why not?
With just a few stabs.
Why the fuck would you have a latch? That little string shit.
That probably would have saved that bitch from
The next
dying
morning, we meet
or
our
being
main
in the
group
hospital,
at a
bro.
local high school. One of the characters, Chad, suggests that he and his
Chad.
friend Liv download an app that tracks them and shows
Alpha and
exactly
Chad,
where they
bro.
are on each other's phone. First of all, his name is Chad.
That's what I'm saying.
Dig it, Chad.
Now, initially, this isn't a terrible idea, as it allows for the others to find you. However, it doesn't take long for there to be a lot of finger pointing within the group, as it becomes clear that one of them
This was
is
a
the
funny-ass
killer.
part, too.
Chad later on isn't even entirely sure if he can trust his girlfriend, so he should take his friend Wes's advice of making himself harder to find. Also, it seemed like the killer was able
13
to hack
Reasons Why,
Amber's
man.
phone,
He got
indicating
slaughtered.
that Chad might not only give his position away to Liv, but to the killer as well. Now Wes, the blonde kid, is the only one that tries to be prepared. He has pepper spray and a taser. They might not be as helpful as he thinks, but it's still a lot better than doing nothing
Pepper
at all,
spray and a
which is
taser?
surprisingly what most of these guys
So a
do.
nigga with a mask.
And considering that it becomes clear that the killer is after this friend group specifically, they should prepare a lot more. But of course, not even his
Yo,
friends
the
are enough to
suspense during the kitchen scene
save him. Wes is
when he was
definitely
home,
pretty
he was about to die
Which one?
with the sheriff's son, Wes.
avoidable. The
I was
scene
not expecting him to be right
he
there.
does
That was
everything
smart.
Right, and the attack couldn't really have been predicted. It happens in broad daylight. in his
Bro, when
own
she
home,
walked up to
even
the
though he
door.
makes sure to lock the doors and everything.
Bro.
The killer does this by attacking him where he's most vulnerable, in the shower with his pants off. And by the way, I hate to be the one giving parenting advice, but Tara, the main girl, was home alone during her attack. Her adult sister Sam and her boyfriend Richie don't even live in Woodsboro, and her mother has been on a business trip for a few days, and she does not return. Who leaves their kid alone for this long? You can't do that. If you leave a
Well,
high
how
school
old is
alone
she?
for
It's high school junior, so
this long, they only go to eat gummy
17.
worms and hopefully a total mess. Terrible idea. Where are the parents?
Nah,
The mother
people be
doesn't
living-
show
people
up
be
until
living-
17's
Tara
pretty
has
old.
been attacked and is in the hospital. What? What? My daughter got stabbed? Well, I'm kind of in the middle of something here. I'm helping
Yeah, that's
my daughter. I
facts.
think I'll
But where's
be
your
okay.
parents?
Then I got to get some orthopedic shoes, but after that, I'll be there in like 7 days. 7 days. I mean, I'm only kidding. They say that she's in a business meeting in Europe, but still, man, what the hell? Following Tara's attack, the others actually don't behave like idiots, and I think that's great. They spend a lot of time together in a group, and none of the main guys go off alone into a dark corner for a long time. That's exactly what I think they should do. Seek safety in the hurt. Later on, after a few more attacks and getting the help of Dewey, the group gathers.
Dewey!
at who's Chad's
Rest in
sister, by
peace,
the way.
man.
She's a horror fan. And
I was tight
understands
when he
what's going
died.
on. The killer is sort of recreating the events from the first Stab movie, which for us means the original Scream. This is also recognizable by the name. As we know, the first one had 2 killers, and I think most people can by now suspect that it's the case for this one as well. It was one of the most notable elements of the original, and therefore almost certainly plays a role here. This means that having an alibi for one of the attacks doesn't eliminate you from the list of potential suspects.
Facts.
Amber pretty early gets basically ruled out by most of the audience and the group because during one of the
Can I be honest with you, bro?
What?
That was good milk.
attacks, she was being questioned by the police. Nobody suspects Richie, Sam's boyfriend, either, because he was in another city. But as we know, if the killer was...
Yo, tell me she does not look like Caitlyn Jenner here, guys.
Nah, her. I wouldn't say she's good milk. I bet the killer, Amber.
It's crazy.
She's
But she doesn't
22.
look-
She's 22. She's 22. She's 22. She's 22.
This is Caitlyn Jenner we're looking at here, guys.
This guy's a
Therefore, we
hater.
think Both of them should still be on the
She
list.
looked good
of
in her
potential
prime, but
suspects
those
for
Botox
our
are-
group. This is especially true for Richie.
That wasn't
Both of
good
them
milk?
should still be on the list of potential
She don't even look like Milk, bro. She looks pretty Asian.
Even better. My type of milk.
suspects for our group. This is
No
especially
white
true
women.
for Richie because even though he has believable alibis for some of the events, rarely anyone's ever there to back it up. Afterwards, we get to the one sequence where there are a few mistakes made, and that is when Tara is alone.
No,
in the
I knew.
hospital
What's the boyfriend's name? Richie. I
Richie.
knew it was him when he got stabbed or whatever. He passed out. That's when I knew.
after getting
What do you mean?
stabbed. Upon Wes's death,
Passed out in the hospital when he got attacked. He was on the floor, just passed out.
Right.
it seems like all
You're
of the
right.
police go to that.
I didn't know.
one
I didn't know
time,
till the end, I'm
virtually
not
no
gonna
one's
lie.
staying behind to take care of Tara like they did before. This seems like an obvious mistake, as it can easily be a diversion tactic from the killer. Now, the police couldn't have known that beforehand, but it does seem a little irresponsible to not have a few officers at the hospital when before there were multiple policemen present just to look after Tara. It looks like everyone is at this one crime scene. I mean, once we see
I
the
don't
hospital,
understand,
it
like,
seems
how a
nobody's
girl and
there.
a dude
The
is
entire
just, like,
place is
overpowering
empty,
people
even
like
though it's
this.
only the beginning of the evening.
And he got
It seems
shot,
that
and they
next
got bro. They
day-
got shot like at least like I
They had
remember
a
that
vest.
scene. Bro, you can't get shot that much
That
times.
seems avoidable.
with a
Tara
vest?
is alone at the hospital, and the killer is slowly coming after
They
her
had a
in a
vest.
taunting manner. Dewey and her sister Sam arrive just in time to save her. While making his way back to the two sisters, Dewey is attacked by the killer in the hallway, but he's able to land a couple of body shots with his pistol. They're about to escape, but then Dewey goes back to the killer alone in order to
fucking
shoot him in the
idiot,
head
bro.
so that he can come back. Of course, it takes him.
Why didn't you
slightly
do
too
that
long,
off rip?
And the killer stands
No,
back
literally.
up, revealing that he wore a bulletproof vest and is able
what
to
I'm
stab
saying.
him to death. This was probably my least favorite moment in the movie because Dewey is a character that we've been following for so long.
Rest
so
in
many
peace,
years.
Dewey,
And I
bro.
think he should have perhaps gotten a more heroic death, I think. I don't know. Then we get to a pretty hilarious moment that happens in the third act. Chad and Liv are at a party where all of our main
Chad,
characters
bro.
and other students gather.
That
Liv is
ass.
making up with Chad
Giga
and
Chad.
eventually wants to take him
Chad
upstairs to play
is
more
bad
private area.
milk.
But he says no.
Bad milk
and
for real,
chooses the
that's a
safer
fact.
option of staying downstairs with everyone else and isn't tempted by his girlfriend's offer, partially because he fears that Liv might be the killer. I'm so proud of this guy. His training is complete. Rick then storms off because she's very offended. And I gotta say, even though Chad made the right
She's an
decision,
idiot, bro.
the way he expressed it wasn't the smartest, because he basically called his girlfriend a killer. He could have just said that he doesn't want the bag in a house full of people who might walk in on that. The point is, don't call your girlfriend a murderer, and be more careful with your phrasing. Just tell him you want
Yeah.
the bigger
How to save a
truth
girl.
in case the killer, whoever it may be, shows up. So then his girlfriend leaves the house and walks around alone outside, and after a few minutes, Chad runs after her. It's when he's completely alone on the front lawn without a clue where his girlfriend is that he gets attacked and killed. Partially because he had that app installed that showed his location and the killer had access to it. So
Dumb.
maybe he still had a few things to learn. It's pretty strange.
Yeah, I don't know why he
that
did
she was
that.
Hiding in these
Yeah, I don't know why he went outside either. Like,
He went outside to find his girl.
bro, but what? What you mean, bro? He should have never went outside. She should have never went outside. If he really, really cared about her, he would have never let her go outside. He would never would have took her out of sight. Having a party in a house is actually the dumbest yet the smartest thing, because you would want a lot of people to be there at one time, so you can overpower whatever thing is attacking you. But it's dumb as well because
It's
you're
easy
attracting a
pickings.
lot of attention. Yeah, it's easy
Poke
pickings.
people.
Literally, as we seen, all I gotta do is attract one. Boom.
But then
Literally,
again, Richie removed everyone from the party so he could do the killing. So maybe it's
after he got everybody there.
after he got the people he wanted to be there. Yeah.
Look, man, if my non-existent girlfriend hid in those bushes, I'm not going in
how
there.
you know my
I could
laptop's
get
dying.
scratched, there might be ticks, and you're alone in the dark with a killer on the loose. They're also at this really high-profile party where it looks like
That's what I'm
200
saying.
students have gathered. This probably makes it at least a point of interest for the killer. It's good that they're together, but such a large party might draw too much attention from the wrong people, from their perspective. Combine that with walking off alone in the dark outside, and it can really only end one way. Finally, after a few more minutes, Richie, Tara, and Sam arrive at the party as well. The two older ones shut it down and tell everyone who isn't part of this main group to go home. And I gotta be honest, I have mixed feelings about
Yeah,
the
I have
party
mixed
being
feelings
shut
about
down.
that too.
The
Yeah,
event
we just
itself
spoke about that.
Definitely drew the attention of the killer, but it's also already happening. So it may be smarter to keep everyone in a group than to split up and be alone again.
Exactly.
Facts,
Towards
he's
the end,
spinning.
it's revealed that Richie and Amber were the killers. This twist I think is really cool, especially rewatching it. There are a few clues that can really give it away. And it's fun when you can see how it was right in front of your face the whole time. Yet it was still unpredictable enough.
I just realized that.
Our main characters also get very lucky towards the end, because even though they have a chance to kill her, they let Tara live and just tie her up and leave her in a closet. They do this because they want to kill everyone at once and get them all rounded up beforehand. This is a terrible idea from Richie and Amber, because even though they have a gun, it's too many people to keep track of. There are like 4 or 5 people.
No,
Up to now, it's
literally.
always been only one-on-one fights. If they stuck with that idea, they could have probably won. Anyway, Tara is able to break free and attack Amber, which enables the others to fight back together against the killers, and they end up winning. So those were a few of the
Yo, I
bad
did not know
decisions
hand
made in
sanitizer
this
was
film. I think they
flammable,
did a
yeah.
great job of making the film
didn't
really
know that.
fast-paced and fun, and they're probably making more considering their financial success. And I hope they're able to.
Because
pull
remember,
it
she
off
got
in the
sprayed
future
with
as
hand
well.
No, I didn't know why you didn't know it was
Anyway, thank you
flammable.
so
I
much
just
for
did it.
watching. I hope you liked it and that I get to see you.
I didn't know it was an
in the next
accelerant.
Video. Bye, guys.
That shit is 99% alcohol. Or whatever percent alcohol.
Depending on the type of hand sanitizer you use.
True.
So that was the dissection of Scream, y'all. Y'all should go watch it. Well, if you're here, you watched it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, good movie. A good movie to start off with the year. Next movie is Batman, man.
Facts.
It's the Batman. This movie was 10 times better than Halloween Kills.
Oh my gosh. 1,000,000,000 times better.
That's a fact. 10 times better.
That was a filthy movie. Don't go watch that. Don't waste your money.
It's a good comedy though. That's how I tell you that. You'll laugh.
Yeah, you will definitely laugh.